Hey guys, and welcome back again to Tech and Connect. Today I'm going to be looking at the difference between 802.11ad and 802.11ac. For those of you that doesn't understand what that is, that's the latest and greatest wireless standards. One is run by this. I've done a review of this product, the wireless wire from MikroTik. It's done in the description. And what I'm going to compare it to is two of these. They are MikroTik's HAP-ACs. So these run at 802.11ac. And I want to see, does this compare to the new standard? The new standard is 60 gigahertz, so it's a new frequency. It's very slow to adopt. Doesn't work well through walls or anything like that. And I think there's about one or two laptops on the internet that's got it supported already, but it's very rare. It's like having 10 gigabit Ethernet in your house. So this is awesome, but does this still stack up? And is it still worth your while as wireless? Let's have a look at that. Okay, so my setup today is going to be this MikroTik HAP-AC connected to this one, and then we're going to see what the throughput is on those. I already did a review of this, so we already know that it is possible to get your gigabit per second over the wireless, but it's very unlikely. So I'd say it averages out about 670 megabits per second, full duplex. So let's just see, maybe this could be your gigabit wireless, and that might be your 100 megabits per second full duplex wireless. Let's just try that out. Okay guys, let's get this show on the road. Just as a side note, I do have a lot of advertising for MikroTik in this video, but I just want to tell you guys I'm not being sponsored by MikroTik. They're not giving me the equipment to review. I just have access to a lot of these products because of my working situation. So none of this is sponsored. I'm not getting paid for anything that I'm doing here tonight. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So this is a completely just my opinion and just the stuff that I've realized with working with MikroTik. So let's get this started. Okay, first of all, we're going to quickly connect to this MikroTik. You can see I've changed the IP address just to prevent an IP clash on this MikroTik. Other than that, it's bog standard. So I'm just going to connect it. Admin username, no password. Okay, and then what we want to do is wireless, so we're going to go to the wireless, and this is my 5 gigahertz wireless radio, so I'm going to use that one to connect to the other access point. By default these are set up as access points, so you'll see this one is an access point. So I'm going to first enable it, then I'm going to quickly just run a scan to connect to the other one. And that's my house Wi-Fi, and as you guys can see, there's not a lot of interference on 5 gigahertz in my area, and also I made sure that it is not running on any other channels that is available in my area. So just want to connect to that one, connect it to it. Since there's no security on these by default, it should just straight connect. So just as a background, this is set to 5 gigahertz AC, and the channel width is set to vary between 20 megahertz, 40 and 80 megahertz. AC requires 80 megahertz to work perfectly, but yeah, we'll quickly run through the tests and see exactly what type of speeds you can expect on an AC connection. I'm going to keep this one on status just to give us a status about the RX and the TX when we're running the speed tests. And I am going to use bandwidth test that is built into the MikroTik. So that's actually why I'm using these, is because it makes it easy for me to test it. So 192.168 88.1 is the standard IP address. Default username is admin, and then we are going to quickly just test what type of speeds we get through on the receiving side on UDP. I know a lot of people is going to give me flack because I'm doing this test on UDP, but I'm going to do TCP afterwards. This is just to give you like the optimum throughput on a extremely good signal. A lot of people will tell you must keep your signal below like 40s, like high 40s, but I've realized max it out, it will sort itself out. So let's start it up. Okay, and we're already at 50 megabits per second. Oh, I almost had a heart attack. So we are running at 260 megabits per second. Not stable though. Previous tests I did, I had it stable at like 300 megabits per second. But yeah, running at this wide of a channel, you're gonna see a lot of fluctuation and variance. So above 200 is what we're seeing here, and that's on the receiving. You'll also see that we're losing quite a bit of packets, but that's just because we're running UDP and maxing out the line. And let's quickly send some data. Hopefully this side goes a bit better. And you'll see that RX side is now pushing, trying to run at like full speed. So yeah, also above 200 megabits per second. Let's quickly do that exact same test, but with a full duplex load. So we're going to send data in both directions, and let's see. Normally it halves the speed that you normally get. Let's quickly see what we get. Since these devices only have one antenna and does not have MIMO, yeah, you can expect about 100 megabits per second full duplex on UDP. Okay, I'm going to run through the same test just this time on TCP. First receiving some data, you'll see that we're not going to lose packets now, and it's going to run a lot more stable because it's checking the packets as they arrive and as they're sending out. So 117 to 120 megabits per second, really good for wireless, especially if you think about it. Your internet speed is probably not more than 100 megabits per second. So if you have this in your house, you're going to work through walls and you're going to get more than what your internet speed is. So AC for a household usage, perfect. It's really good. Let's quickly do a send speed on there. Send speed also 127, 120. It's a bit higher, but between 10 and 110 and 140 megabits per second. So as I said, this is more than you're going to need for a household situation. I would not recommend AD because of the wall restrictions where you have to have line of sight of your access point. Otherwise, it will just not work. Since it runs at a 60 gigahertz frequency, 60 gigahertz really struggles to work through walls. So yeah, this is what you can expect. And then let's just like go balls to the wall, full duplex, data running in both directions on TCP. Well, a respectable 50 megabits per second. If anybody's like me with wireless, I am 100% pleased with those type of like numbers. Wireless has taken a lot of strides forward in the last couple of years. In my next video, by the way, I'm gonna do the history, or like a history build up from where 5 gigahertz wireless started off at, and seeing how far we've progressed with wireless 5 gigahertz. So that's going to be the next video that I'm going to post to you guys. So yeah, just subscribe if you want to see that, and you'll get a notification as soon as that video is up. So yeah, that's it guys for this video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you dislike it. Tell me in the comments down below if there's something else that I needed to test, or a different method that I must look into of testing these devices. I know in previous videos people asked me maybe to copy a file over the wireless. I might do like a roundup of copying stuff over wireless links and wired links, and just showing you guys what you can expect. It's just I do not have two computers at the moment that's running NVMe, so my limitation is going to be my hard drive. So that's why I'm not doing that at the moment. But yeah, comment down below, and thank you so much for watching.